So in this short tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to clean a blocked solenoid. So if you've gone into the check solenoid screen and you've gone through and clicked each one, and then all of a sudden you find that one of them is not clicking, it's possible, it happens sometimes when ink residue is left behind in the solenoid. It blocks the solenoid from the inside and stops it from clicking. Typically you will see this in an error, for example, a dry gutter. If the gutter solenoid is not firing on and off or not opening or closing properly, typically you'll see the dry gutter error come up, and I'm going to show you the way of freeing up that solenoid, cleaning that solenoid so that it's back to functionality again. So the first part is to see which solenoid is actually failing, is stuck. So the way we do that is we go into Service and then into Fluidic. And here you'll see the screen of all of the different solenoids in the printer: flush, gutter, tank makeup, add makeup, viscometer, bleed, and print head. So for a dry gutter, it's typically going to be the gutter valve 4 that's going to be at fault. So I'll show you how to locate and how to clean that solenoid. So we've turned the printer around, we've taken the back cover off here, and now you can see here all of the solenoids. There is actually one more, and that's inside the print head. I'll cover that later. But these are the five solenoids inside the unit attached to the main manifold at the back here. So before we start stripping this out, let's look at the tools we need. So the tools you're going to need: wash bottle and beaker. Wash needs to be the same base as your printer. So if your printer is an MEK based printer, then you need MEK based wash. Phillips bladed screwdriver or crosshead, large flat for undoing the front of the cabinet, a pair of safety goggles, safety glasses, and your latex gloves. So the first thing we need to do is locate which solenoid is actually failing. Now we do have a schematic, a wiring diagram, and a fluidic diagram, so you can check that way, or you can check the other way, which is using that solenoid screen in the service menu, the fluidics, and firing the solenoid at the same time as touching them to see which one is clicking. So I'm going to go ahead and do the gutter. So I'm going to hold which I think is the gutter solenoid, and I'm going to fire the gutter, and I can feel it clicking, I can hear it clicking. Now, obviously, the whole purpose of this tutorial is to find out which one is not clicking, is not firing. So, yep, the gutter one is firing right now, that's good, but I'm just gonna go ahead and show you how to clean this one. If you went through all of the others and found that they were clicking and then got to this one and it's not, my guess is that that's the gutter solenoid, the one that's giving you the problem. So for this first part, once we've determined which solenoid is not firing, we're going to go ahead and put our gloves on and our glasses, and just with a paper towel or a bit of rag or something, we're just going to offer that underneath, and that catches anything that might drip down from the actual solenoid when we remove it. So first thing I'm going to do is right here, there's 2 screws, Phillips heads, and I'm going to release these 2 screws. And again, be careful not to lose the screws. There's one. Take the second one off here. And again, please make sure the jet is not on. You can keep the power on because we're going to need that to fire the solenoid, but please make sure the jet is not on. So you see there's a little bit of residual ink dripping out of there. So we've gone ahead and removed the solenoid, and give you a little tip on this. One thing I love about these BestCode floor stands is that you can actually put a piece of wood under between the actual printer and the frame, and that makes a nice little table for you, a bench for you, so that you can now put your solenoid in a beaker, clean it without having to carry around another bench. So it's a pretty nice little feature. So we've got that off. You can see that it's leaked a little bit in the front here, which is why we had that paper towel there. So with the cleaner, I can go ahead and clean this in here, get all that clean. Okay. And then what we're going to be doing now is cleaning the actual solenoid. So to clean it, we're going to need the solenoid open. So again, back to the front screen, and we're going to click the solenoid open for the gutter. That's opened that solenoid up. And now what we can do is we can clean around the little rubber seal. And then actually, by putting the nozzle in one hole, we can clean through that whole solenoid valve and make sure it's not blocked anymore. Okay, and then when you've done that, the way to test that it's not blocked is to go back to the keypad and click that solenoid on and off, and you can hear it firing on and off very nicely. Once that's done, we can go ahead and screw that back in to the manifold using the 2 screws that you removed earlier. Now, don't over tighten this because we are screwing into some nylon here. Get one in, don't over tighten it just yet. Then get the other screw. And then just cinch it up so that it's in place. And then we can go ahead and remove the paper towel from inside. So go ahead now and we can replace the back cover, and we should all be up and running back into production.